All right, Mary, it's Coach Brian here, checking you out, doing some slalom free ski up on East Meadow. Hey, some pretty good skiing. You were very square down the hill. I can't zoom in more than this, but nice stance, fairly shoulder width of the feet, more or less. Square down the hill, fairly level, looks pretty balanced. Hands out in front, parallel shafts with the shins. All looks pretty good. Um, a couple things I would suggest is, more or less you have the width, but we need to maintain it. It looks like, in here, feet got to kind of narrow through this turn, and then they're going to widen back out right there. So one of the rules of skis are maintain a consistent width. My other two rules are, just so you know, keeping them parallel, so no diverging or scissoring, and then you don't do that, and maintain snow contact. So those are kind of my three rules. Your pole plants are good. Just keep in mind the pole plant should be at the end of the turn. Helps us then recenter and rebalance for the next turn. Old school stuff is where you talk about pole planting to initiate the turn and then sort of turning around that pole plant. But if you're thinking slalom, we come in, we block, and immediately pole touch to the side, then recenter. So it's really at the end of the turn. Yours could be probably sped up just a tad. They're kind of more right when you're recentering. So try to speed your pole plant up. Pole touch just a hair earlier. Um, yeah, the next step for you probably would be to try to carve more of the top of the turn. So you're coming through here, nice high edge angles, parallel shafts of the shins. I can see angles of the skis and the body, very nice. You come through, recenter, you stand up maybe a hair too tall. Modern slalom is more retraction, kind of letting the skis come under us as we cross over them down the hill. And then most of our extension is where we're the tallest, but we're not standing straight up, but the tallest is at the top of the turn. So we would then roll them up and pressure them at the top of the turn, carving before and above the fall line. So you can see in here, you're finishing this turn, you get rebalanced, and you kind of light at the top, you skin around a tad, and you don't really pressure them until they're in the fall line and below. So it's kind of more of a J shape. You can see the shape there of your turn, J, and we're looking for more comma-shaped turns. And there's a good example here. I mean, so that was more what I'm talking about. Rolling them up early right here and standing on them, carving the top. So looks like you can do it, so that's good stuff. Hands, I got three rules of those. Hands should be above the waist. Yours are there. Hands should be wider than the elbows, and elbows in front of the torso. And clearly looks like the left one is well, the elbow is not in front of the torso. So move them out in front. It'll help you get into the front seat more. So think more elbows in front of the torso. And the last rule is hands slightly wider than the elbows, so we don't want anybody with going down like a chicken wing. You can probably look at that right now and say, kind of leaning in. As you know, East Meadow, pretty good fall away with strong left leg, because it falls away on skier's left. So you can kind of get away with it probably free skiing, but if this was a race course, we got to make sure on the fall aways to get out over that downhill ski and not fall into the center of the turn and lean in like that. So let's make sure we're leveling, and you can see the elbows here already, oops, kind of going a little bit back by the torso. So, but overall, hey, those are some darn good turns. Good luck this year. Hope to see you on the slopes.